welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be sharing with you how my winter sowing experiment worked. So I tried winter sowing maybe 1 or 2 jugs over the years and never really gave it much effort or thought and didn't have much success. And then this year I watched so many videos about it and got really inspired, and y'all, it works so good. I cannot tell you the success that we had, to the point where now I am so overwhelmed with the amount of perennials that I have. And I opened these jugs up about 2 weeks ago, and now they have just been on my porch. Some of them, like, I have to get them in the ground. I wanted to do this video quick and just show you the success that we had and hopefully inspire you to try this coming up fall season. So what I'm gonna do, these have already been opened, so I'm just going to show you, and if it's labeled with the Seed Packet brand, I will definitely tell you that. So we will just go ahead and get started. Before we get too far into opening up all of our winter sown containers, I wanted to thank Vego Garden for partnering with us and sponsoring this portion of today's video. I was so excited when they reached out to me about these elevated raised garden beds. I chose this beautiful green color. I will put the name of it in the description down below, but it is huge, y'all. It is so gorgeous. It's elevated off the ground. It has great storage underneath. And I chose this spot for it because this is our farm stand here. That is new to us. You can follow along on our farm stand journey as well, but I wanted a place where I could showcase some of the plants that I will be selling at our farm stand directly behind it. And so I thought this was so great because customers can walk right up to it and see what is being grown. But I also love that it's elevated because for me, after a long day, the last thing I want to do is get on my hands and knees and garden. And so now that I have this and I've planted most of the things that you've seen in the winter sown containers are planted out here, and I'll show you some up close, but it's so nice to be able to stand up and not bend over and have easy access to your plants, and you can see them better. So I love this look. I love how it's more kind of at eye level. I planted some really tall, not super tall sunflowers, but like medium-sized sunflowers in the middle. So if you can picture that, I will keep y'all updated as things grow in here. How fun that's gonna be on the edges. I kind of planted things that would hang over it. This is so gorgeous. Anytime anyone is walking up to the house, if they haven't been here in a while, they're asking me, where did you get that garden bed? It is so pretty. And if you're looking for a way to save on filling a garden bed like this, because they can require a lot of dirt, we've done this for years. You can put cardboard, because that totally breaks down, leaves, tree branches to fill up the bottom half, and then put your dirt on top. And that allows plenty of room for the plants to grow, but then cuts back on all of that dirt that you're putting in. So this has been so wonderful. If the storage underneath, I've got all of my seed storing trays in there, so that has been so fun. But let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so this is the thing that this is the plant that I bought. It's an herb, but everything else I started from seed, and you will not believe how much everything has grown now that I've got it in here. This is one of my favorites. Now it's blooming. I showed it to you in those containers that we just opened up, but this viola is probably the cutest thing I've ever seen, y'all. So yeah, we've got the nasturtiums that will hang down. Here's all my cute sunflowers. I will keep y'all posted on the growth. We've got some tiny black-eyed Susans. So yeah, these are the peppers that we're gonna get in the ground. I actually purchased these. This is a California Reaper. That sounds intense, y'all. I also planted some basil because I'd been reading a lot about how that helps with pests if you just plant it throughout. I even planted it throughout the landscape here. And then this is just a jalapeno pepper classic. So here's more basil. I've got some sedum that is gonna hang over and be so pretty, more violas. But let me give you a better look at this bed, y'all. So this is what I'm talking about, all of the storage underneath. It was very easy to assemble. My husband actually put most of it together in the dark on our porch with just the porch light because I really wanted to get it up and running. And my impatience had him working, you know, on a busy day. We wanted to just get it up, so he finished it that night. But it's easy to put together. And if y'all know, we've had our Vego garden beds for 5 years in the back, so we know that the quality is amazing. These planted in, and then this bed will be totally done, but go ahead and check the description down below. But y'all, this is absolutely huge. So I have a video coming up in a couple of days showing you our 5-year-old Vego beds. Y'all, we have used them since we moved here onto the Oso farm, and they have held up beautifully. Like, you really can't even tell that they've aged at all. We have different coupon codes for anywhere from $10 off, 10% off, all the way up to $40 off different levels of purchases. So thank you to Vego Garden for partnering with us on today's video. Go check out their website. You will not be disappointed. They are wonderful additions to any garden. So this I planted on February 8th, and this is a Fairy Morse foxglove. It was an entire packet. Now I have this open in my garden, and you can see that my chickens, I have a few chickens that fly outside of the pasture area, and I'm assuming that's what kind of pecked these down. But I can't even, it's so dense, I can't even tell you how many are in here. So I guess I should backtrack. If you're not familiar with the winter sowing method, you're basically creating a small greenhouse-like environment, planting seeds inside a container, but prior to your winter weather. So you are putting the seeds out so that they'll experience cold stratification. They get the moisture through snow and rain, and it's so easy because once you do your seed packets, these were on my front porch. We actually had a pretty decent snow experience here in Texas this year. There was maybe a handful of times that I watered them when I just thought they might be drying out, but opened them up. The health of these plants are phenomenal. There are some that I started by seed in my grow lights, and they did really well, but they don't have this type of growth. And the great thing about this is they're already ready to be automatically transplanted, so you don't have to harden them off. I can't imagine that I would need to do 1 million plants this next year, because you will see I have so many. We have shared that we're opening up a farm stand. So what I don't put in my landscape and in my garden, I'm going to pot these up and sell these this spring at our farm stand. So that will be super fun. So this is foxglove. It's mixed colors. So if I can find a seed packet for any of these, I will put a picture of that up next to it. But I mean, I would think we had great germination. I mean, more plants than I can count. Okay, this was planted on February 16th. This is Scabiosa pincushion by Botanical Interests. Now I have already planted out about half of these in my front flower beds, and they have grown. Man, you put them in the dirt and they just take off. So these plants already have 6 sets of leaves on them. They are about 4 inches tall, and they are so healthy. These are absolutely gorgeous too. I am so excited for those. This was Gomphrena and Calendula. Obviously there's nothing in it. I have planted it out, but this was fun because these were seeds that I seed collected from my own yard last year, and I had pretty good germination rate. Okay, so here's an example. These are some seeds that I started under my grow lights in my husband's office. So this is Botanical Interest Flamingo celosia, and they look healthy. There's obviously more in each cell. Like, they need to either be potted up or put out in the landscape. I have put The other 3 cells already out, so we are doing our Vego beds and in-ground garden this week, and I want a lot of beautiful flowers so it'll look pretty and also for pollination. So whatever I don't have a spot for in the backyard, we will pop these up individually in pots like this and get these ready for my farm stand. I've also taken about 1/4 of these. I have so many. I think I have 3 jugs of this. This is Botanical Interest Black-Eyed Susan. And I am confident the entire packet germinated. They are so sweet. And I have only a handful of Black-Eyed Susans already in my yard. And so I'm really excited. They're so pretty to have some more to spread out. And then what I love about perennials is the perennials that I did have in my yard have done what everyone says they would do, and they've multiplied. Like I have a lamb's ear that is, I bought at Ace Hardware, a tiny like 4-inch pot, and now there's probably 20 in there. And so I'm gonna, before the heat comes, I'm gonna spread it out to where it kind of borders my flower bed. So that's what I love about perennials, is you start with a small plant and then over the years you have so many more plants. Okay, so this is Botanical Interest Feverfew that I planted on February 8th. And I bought some Feverfew last year from Azure Standard. I can put that link down below. That's a place where I buy all of our bulk organic food products, but they also have wonderful plant starts. So I had bought a few last year, and they were evergreen. They did not really die back during the snow even. So I'm excited to have these because I know they're really hardy in our drought type weather and everything here. So I think obviously whole seed packet here. I will link what I can down below. This is American Seed, is from our Dollar General and Dollar Tree. And so this was Larkspur, which I've never had before, and that looks so healthy. Okay, I will insert a picture. We had a trellis arch of cattle panel entering into our pasture, and I had planted some hyacinth beans around the arch, and they were the most gorgeous thing ever, y'all. And so this obviously needs to get planted. We actually had a freeze, and I had opened this up and it all died back. I shared that in a video and I was so sad about it, but then it actually just came back. So super hardy. We're going to plant this in 2 trellises in our garden this week. So this is Botanical Interest Hyacinth Bean. Okay, this seed packet is from a company called Prairie Moon Nurseries, and they have a lot of native plants. And so this was, let's see, planted on February 7th, and this is blue sage. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a tiny little guy. So this does really great here in Texas, so I'm excited about that one. Blue sage. This is American Seed, so Dollar Tree forget-me-nots. And I actually had a bunch that I started from seed inside, so you can see the difference, how they are just taller and thicker and so much bigger. So there's probably 10 to 12 plants in here. Okay, and like I told you, I have multiple Black-Eyed Susans. Here's another Botanical Interest Black-Eyed Susan jug. Okay, and here's one I have not opened yet, so that's kind of fun. This was planted on February 13th. This is Botanical Interest King Henry Viola. Woo, whoa. Oh my gosh, look how pretty they are. They're so dainty and delicate. Wow, it's kind of overwhelming how many there are. Aren't they lovely? So we are gonna get these probably on our front porch. I don't know, see, this is the part of overwhelm now is I have so many plants, and then figuring out, okay, where do these go and how far do I have to space them? And I don't really have a lot of space here in the front. I'll kind of do at the end of the video a pan over of what I already have. And so we're creating a massive bed on the other side of our walkway to our front porch So I'm gonna save some for that. We have some rose bushes that do wonderfully in the front yard. So we're going to do a bunch of bushes and then fill in with all these fun extra perennials. Okay, and this little friend is definitely needing to get planted. This is Burpee's sweet pea flowers. So it has kind of died back some too, and then kind of greened up again. This little friend was so tall, it has seen better days, but this is Cleome. That is from our front, actually our backyard, and I seed saved, and they're already, I mean, they are so tall. So I'm sure once I get these in ground, I'll probably trim them back a little bit and let them kind of perk up. They got kind of bent over because I should have just cut off this whole top, but these are very hardy. You can seed save so many of these. So like I'll never have to buy this again unless I just want a different color. Okay, again, oh, is this more Black-Eyed Susan? No, this is Botanical Interest Shades of Summer Verbascum. Look how sweet these are. There's like a cluster, I don't know, 20, 25 plants in there. Okay, this is Botanical Interest Fiery Sunrise Gomphrena. So this is the really pretty kind of pinky red, strawberry colored Gomphrena seeds, or Gomphrena plants. I am doing my entire front 2 beds in the purple Gomphrena, and so I'll just sprinkle this probably throughout the garden. I'm officially out of space. Can you believe these plants, y'all? They're so pretty. So this is from Etsy, and I have never even considered buying seeds on Etsy, and my sister Tanya had told me that she bought some really exotic plants on Etsy, and so this is, can't read my handwriting, something blue sage. I planted this out here on January 16th. At least 15, I would think. So these are so pretty. So I will link the Etsy stores that I purchased seeds from. I got some sedum and some fun stuff. I'm gonna have to start lining these up on the brick wall here. This was also planted on January 16th. Y'all, look at this. This is Botanical Interest Viola. Okay, and another one that hasn't been opened, that's kind of exciting. This was planted on February 8th. This is Botanical Interest Deft Blue Mist Flower. Oh my goodness, y'all. Look at the foliage on here. It is so sweet. Such a delicate little flower. Okay, and this is Botanical Interest Madonna Blend Lace Flower, planted also on January 16th. There's probably 12 in there. So changing gears for a second. Sorry, my bangs are driving me crazy in this wind. This was one that I really wanted to try, and this is a seed snail. If you don't know what a seed snail is, I just search seed snail in YouTube and you will be informed. So you just roll out any sort of surfeit, like this is just my dog food bag, line it with potting soil, dampen it, roll it up, and then put the seeds on top and do some duct tape on the side. And so this is the Black-Eyed Susan vine. I follow a lady here on YouTube. I don't know her name off the top of my head. I will, if I can find her channel, I'll link it down below. But she shared some images of this in her video, and I was like, I have to have this. I actually ordered 2 more seed packets from Botanical Interest because we have so many iron fences that I'm like, I'm just gonna put a pot at the bottom and help them grow up that. These are an annual, but I think worth the cost of a seed packet for how beautiful these are gonna be. Okay, so this is a seed packet, y'all, my bangs. Woo! On a side note, I convinced Brian, my husband, to cut my bangs the other night because we live out in the country He's wanting me to grow my hair out. My hair is so long. I was like, I am not gonna drive 30 minutes one way to pay $15 to get my bangs cut. So we did that whole thing where you twist it and then cut your bangs. And it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look right either. And now they're a little short, so they're driving me crazy in this wind. So this was seed packets from Azure Standard, and these are anise hyssop, planted on January 16th. They are so tall, y'all. I feel bad. I gotta get these in the ground. Okay, this is Botanical Interest Goblin. Not quite sure. I think this might be the little yellow circle flowers. I'm not sure, but there's probably 8 to 10 really healthy ones planted on February 8th. Okay, can you guess it? More black-eyed Susans, y'all. Apparently, I like me a black-eyed Susan. Okay, and here is a seed snail of some burpee tomatoes, different varieties. They are so tall and lanky. I have got to get these in the ground and get them staked. The ones that I had here on my front porch that were kind of guarded by this brick wall, for whatever reason, the freeze did not knock these out. And thankfully I had about 3 or 4 seed snails. So I think I'm good on the varieties of tomatoes that are in these seed snails. These are Shasta daisies from American Seed, the Dollar Tree. Look how cute that is. Okay, this is Azure Standard Love and Mist Miss Jekyll Mix. Such cute foliage. I am truly out of room, y'all. The seed, it's overwhelming. I can tell this is dianthus. Yes, this is cottage pink rainbow, botanical interest, dianthus, Sweet Williams. Okay, so I had some botanical interest, Sweet Williams, that I planted from seed. I seed started them just in my seed trays last year, and it's kind of sad when you have a beautiful plant and the plant grows and grows and grows and it's not one that blooms the first year. Well, y'all, it bloomed this year and they are so worth it. They are worth the wait. It was evergreen too. It did not die back at all in all the snow. It was so cool. So I'm excited that next year I'll have that many blooming. Okay, this is more Chinese forget-me-nots from the Dollar Tree. So if you are coming to my porch stand or my farm stand, y'all, I for certain will have black-eyed Susans, Chinese forget-me-nots. They are the ones that I definitely have a lot of excess of. Okay, this is Burpee Sweet Pea. Look at how gorgeous. Let me see the variety. Queen of Night. So pretty. And then this little friend has grown and then, bless its heart, started to die back because of neglect, I'm sure, on my end. But now you can see in the center it has new growth. So this is Burpee's Mixed Colors Sweet Pea. We have a few up here that I haven't opened, so I'm really excited to do that with y'all. Okay, American Seed Dollar Tree Bachelor Buttons, planted exactly a month ago, just about February 26th. I can see these. They are truly at the very top of this milk jug. You ready? I'm always worried the duct tape is gonna... Oh my gosh, y'all, look at that. They are so sweet. So many. I don't know if these are... I'm sure they're probably the blue. That's what, anytime I've planted them from the Dollar Tree, that's what they've looked like. They're so cute. I had them all in my front flower beds last year. Okay, and then also American Seed. So Dollar Tree, same date, Gypsophilia. If I can read my handwriting, I have no idea what that is or looks like. I'll try to insert an image for y'all. Ah, they are so sweet. Such a pretty green. I'm opening, come say hi. I'm opening the rest of these. Tell them your thoughts on winter sowing.
Do you have a microphone on?
Yeah. Oh.
Hi.
So, does this work?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean,
let me, he's taller than me, guys. I was just gonna come out here and put them in the ground, but these winter sowing videos have been my favorite to watch, and so I'm like, in case you're gonna dork out like me and wanna watch this, I wanted to show y'all quick before we started getting them in the ground. So, would you describe that this worked?
I mean, it looks like it worked to me. You've got lots of green growth.
Well,
I think it looks like it worked. I hope it continues to grow.
well, it can't
Hey,
continue to go in here.
you've definitely mastered this.
Yeah, so, yes. So I was telling them that you're gonna have to build me a flower bed because all these are basically perennials. This is lamb's ear. This actually I bought on Amazon.
Baby lamb's ear.
Baby lamb's ear, so sweet. I bought 1,000 seeds, so I just sprinkled a little bit in here. Yeah, so I think
When did you do this?
the other day, isn't it gorgeous?
Wow, that's pretty. Hey, that speaking of that that tall garden bed thing, wouldn't it do better right here? Shade, because it's just so hot in the backyard, and it's probably really pretty.
It's gorgeous, but okay, so I'm at the point of overwhelm because like just keeping all of these watered, like I was showing them some that have kind of had a hard time and then come back, like this one, but it's living despite me. So, and then the hard part too I was sharing is like this is larkspur. So then we have to read how far, like each one of these is an individual plant that might have to be 6 to 8 inches apart. Like it's gonna become, let me show him my favorites. Aren't y'all loving this? Like we're having a moment here. Where did it go? Oh, it's so tall. Okay. So this is sage, like the one that we got. We had our sweet nurse, Miss Marla, gave us a sage plant.
Sage?
Hers is salvia.
Salvia.
Salvia. Sorry.
How
Okay.
can I know this more than you do?
Anyways, similar. It looks similar, doesn't it? Smell it. Smells so good. Anyways, I feel like we're rambling now. So the hard part of this is we only have like 3 hours until we're hosting people. It's just small groups. So I was talking about that in a day in the life video. Like they love us. They would walk in this and be like, oh, it's so cute. But
I have no problem. Just leave your stuff out. Just blow the couch cushions so we're not sitting on pollen. I can barely breathe.
speak on a vlog or watch yourself played back, you realize how many times you do like a little habit or say a certain word indefinitely. And so, what else? He's editing. He always tells me.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
So.
This works. This works, y'all. We all know how expensive perennials can be. I'm still a sucker. I don't think I can go to the grocery store and not come home with a perennial. But we know, like if I was to buy, if each one of these costs $4 or $5, like in here, I mean, this is hundreds.
Is this going in your farm stand?
Some of it, yeah. Yeah.
Good deal.
So if you live local to us, we're in the Waco area. We will update our website and keep all that going, but I definitely, I have lots of perennials to share. This time next year, I'm gonna be opening up even more because we know this works now. So I'm gonna start saving milk jugs probably in August to accommodate the amount of winter sowing that we are gonna be doing. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I will do a quick, like I shared, so I'm gonna close out, but watch and you'll see all my little plant babies that I already have going in my front flower beds. We will see you real soon with another video.